Now we're going to discuss one-way streets. With one-way streets, what's very important is to first know that it is a one-way street. And the only way you're going to figure that out is by looking for signs, and they're going to usually be placed if there's a set of lights at the intersection. Usually the one-way signs will be on the set of lights. If it's a stop sign, it could be on the stop sign. Or sometimes they'll just erect a silver pole at an intersection that doesn't have a stop sign with the one-way signs on them. And it's important to realize it early. Is it a one-way street? What direction is it going? And if there are several one-way streets in a row, usually they will alternate back and forth in direction. And again, you're always looking for signs. If all of the lanes that you're driving in have white lines dividing them, that means every lane is going the same direction. If ever you find that there's a yellow line dividing you and other traffic, that means the oncoming traffic will be in the lane just beside that yellow line. So if I came up here on this street here, this is a two-way street. We've got some cars coming from the left. We've got some cars coming from the right. This is an example of a two-way street. So there would not be one-way signs on this street for these people because it's a two-way. However, as I approach this intersection, there would be one-way signs marking this intersection as all three lanes, in this case we'll say, are going northbound. So in this case here, if I came up, I could never turn right. I can only turn left. And here's what's also important is you must know what lane to start your turn from when on a one-way or two-way and what lane to finish in. In this case here, we've got lane A and lane B. You're not allowed to turn right at this intersection, but if you were, you'd have to be in lane B. If I'm doing a left turn, I must be in lane A. And in this case here, if I'm doing this left turn, I'm so used to going past some lanes of oncoming traffic and turning into a further out type of lane. In this case here, I would have to turn into the very first available lane because all three lanes are going in the same direction. The only way that I finish out to the second lane is if there was a parked car in the first 30 meters, then you'd be able to finish in the second lane. So that is turning from a two-way street onto a one-way street. If you were on a one-way street turning onto a two-way street, maybe you're coming from down here. And if there's three lanes down here, right turns would be done from the far right lane. If you're in the far left lane, then as you come up, you could do a left turn into this side. But notice you have to go past the oncoming cars. That's your first available lane. If for no reason I just all of a sudden turned out to here, that would be a failure on a road test. It's something that could be ticketed. You always have to finish in your first available lane, and that's what you're looking to do. So that is the deal from one-way to two-way. And again, you can never turn left on a red light if there's any two-way streets involved. In this case here, though, this is kind of awkward. You've got these three lanes going this direction, these three lanes going that direction. So what ends up happening is, if I was in this lane at a red light, I would be allowed to do a left turn on red if it was safe. These cars are gone and getting further. These cars are gone and getting further. This is the only side that cars can come from. So if it was safe from pedestrians and there were no vehicles coming through, I'd be allowed to do a left turn on red if it could be done safely. Again, if there's ever a two-way street involved, you cannot turn left on red. Furthermore, imagine this. A lot of people make mistakes with pedestrians when you're dealing with one- and two-way streets. Anytime that you're sitting here waiting to turn, and this could be a left turn on red, or maybe you're down here on a place where you could do a right turn on red. Sometimes you look and you go, oh, there's no cars, I can go do my right turn on red. Furthermore, the light turns to green, so you think you're really in the good, but just know if there was a pedestrian right here waiting, the moment that your light goes green, they get a walk sign, so you'd have to be careful of pedestrians at the end of your turn. So if I'm here doing a right turn on red, my light goes green, and I think, bonus, I'm for sure safe. Maybe I'm not now, because if there's a pedestrian here, they now have the green, they might now have the walk sign, so I might have to wait a little bit on that green light. So that's the general principle. If I'm doing one-way turns, if I start in the closest lane from my one-way, finish in my closest lane, excellent. I only finish in the second available lane if there's parked cars. And that is some of the general principles behind operating on one-way streets.